5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to episode 19 of Lisburn Distillery TV. I'm Lydia Campbell.
And I'm Colin Hopkins, and on today's action-packed episode, we look back to Saturday's game which saw the Whites end a recent poor run of results with a fantastic performance against Tobermore United, and we'll also have match highlights from that game.
We will then be catching up with the Echlinville Distillery Player of the Month for March, as well as getting some post-match comments from the recently returning Padraig McParland.
We'll also have some Lisburn Distillery Club news for you.
We will then be reviewing the most recent round of fixtures in the Premier Intermediate League, as well as giving you some crucial updates on the Lydia vs Colin forecast challenge. So Colin, finally the losing streak is over, and it was backed up by a really impressive performance as well.
Yeah, really good performance by the guys on Saturday. You know, they went 2-0 down early on, they fought back and got a draw, and to be honest I think we deserved to win the game, but after all the efforts that have been put in the last few weeks in training and off the pitch, I was absolutely delighted for the guys when they left the pitch on Saturday.
Yeah. Well, just before we discuss the game itself, let's take a quick look back at the match highlights, and they will be followed by a post-match interview with Padraig McParland.
That was a very entertaining game for the neutral, or for anybody to watch that match. Coming back from 2-0 down to finish 3-all. What did you make of it?
I was disappointed to go 2-0 down so early in the game. Shot ourselves in the foot and give ourselves a mountain to climb. But the boys dug in, came back and got that real important point.
It's your first game back in a long time. You must be delighted to get back onto the pitch again.
Oh, I absolutely delighted to get back on the pitch. Gassed up there about 60 minutes into the game. We're just happy to get game time again.
So how do we build on that result? I mean, at the end of the day, although we came across, we've got a point out of the game, but at the same time, probably deserved 3, I thought, in the day, but 1 point we'll have to take. But how do we build on that?
I think it should have been 3, definitely should have been 3, but it's our first point in 7 games. You know what I mean? We stopped the rut, so we can only build from here. We can only get better and get ourselves back up the table a bit and put safety between us and the bottom teams.
Does that build the confidence in the changing room?
Oh, definitely. Our first point, 3 goals. What more do you want? Well, of course you want the 3 points, but at least we didn't get beat again today.
So Colin, thoughts in the game then?
Absolutely delighted that we've managed to stop the losing sequence of results. The lads have been working very, very hard behind the scenes. Even more delighted the fact that when we went 2-0 down after 10 minutes, a lot of people thought, here we go again, and even I thought that has to admit. But to their credit, I thought on Saturday we were superb. I mean, we literally drove the entire game, and there's other games I think in the past we've sat back, defended, and let other teams bring the game to us. Saturday was complete opposite. We took the game to Tobermore and we got our full rewards, and I was just disappointed we didn't get all 3 points in the end.
Yeah, I think that is the frustrating thing. You know, from watching the highlights and hearing a lot about the game, you know, it looked as though we had the chances to take all 3 points, and unfortunately what it did as again was an early goal, and then unfortunately for Jack, a mistake in there, and you know, he's normally so reliable, so it's disappointing for him, but that's something that, you know, at least we've managed to come back from, which is good. Another real highlight seems to be Jamie Peoples, setting up all 3 goals.
All 3 goals, 3 assists.
Happy days. That's I heard raving reports about him, so a lot of good stuff to focus on there.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it's at the end of the day, we've still got a long way to go. Let's be honest about this. No point saying the season's over now, if you know what I mean. It's very easy if we go out the next game and we put in a bad performance, we go back again. However, let's make sure we do build on Saturday's performance. I know the supporters were certainly behind the team on Saturday. Let's stay behind the team. Let's drive them on. Let's put another good performance in our next match, which is Saturday, and let's get another, hopefully 3 points on this occasion, and let's start moving away from this dreaded relegation zone that we're in.
Yeah, because we do need to bear in mind to not get carried away that, you know, despite us picking up a point there, we've still dropped to 11th in the table.
That's the worrying thing,
which we do need to remember that, and it is outrageously tight. I mean, you're talking
1 point separating about 5 teams.
Separating all of us basically, and then Sport and Leisure 4 points behind us.
With a game in hand.
Yeah, with game in hand. If they were to win that game in hand, it's horrible. Just looking at
every single team's playing every single week's going to be a cup final from now to the end of the season.
It is
crazy.
for all of those teams, every single one. Yeah, definitely.
Good news on the player front is that we've actually just heard this week that William Warry will actually be available for the remainder of the season as well, so that's going to strengthen the team as well. Thoughts on that, Lydia?
Yeah, I think that's a real boost for us. Now, it doesn't mean to say that he's going to walk onto the team. You know, we have Padraig McParland back this week and made a real impact. We've also have a couple of guys that are doing well, the likes of George Douglas and Reece Croft in there in defence. But in terms of competition for places, that's massive, because for a while we haven't had that. So we've had people getting red cards, we've had people out injured, people away, and we've literally just been playing with whoever's available. And I think that's difficult. for any manager looking at that, thinking, you know, they need competition for places, and the players need that to you know, really push their own performances. But that competition for places is massive, especially at this time of the season.
Well, at this stage in time, we still haven't heard the fixtures for the remainder of the season, but we do know who the oppositions are going to be, and the bottom six of the season as it's finished, as he grabs the league table to check. We've got Bangor, Newington, Dundela, Queens, and Sport and Leisure Swiss. Thoughts on those, lad?
Well, do you know what? I don't think it matters who we play at this stage. You could put any names into that bottom six, and the fact that it's so tight, and you know, essentially a point between us all. Every week you could have a different team in the bottom 2 or 3, and it's, you know, I don't think it matters who we're playing against. I think the fact that every single one of the teams playing is going to be considering this as a cup final. It's really an unusual situation. You normally have maybe 1 or 2 teams, and then they'll play against each other once at the end of the season, whereas this is every single, the next 5 games for all of those teams is massive, and it's I kind of wish I could go and see every single one of them at the same time, but I can't. So.
No, I've quite worked that one out yet. Well, as I said, I'm not sure exactly who the fixture is going to be against this Saturday, but regardless of who it is, folks, we would really appreciate your support on the day. The Whites really do need to hear your backing from now right through the end of the season, so we look forward to seeing you Saturday and indeed all the rest of the games throughout the season.
It's a massive well done to our tea lady, Elaine Cressy, who was this week awarded the County Antrim FA's Fair Play Award for her services to the game. So it's a fantastic result for Elaine, who is definitely one of our unsung heroes here at Lisburn Distillery. So well done, Elaine.
The club are currently forming an over 40s team to take part in the IFA's Get Back in the Game programme. So if you are over 40 and fancy playing for the team, get in touch with the club either through social media or with Jed Irwin directly, whose telephone number is now on your screen.
So massive congratulations to the club's under-13s team, who have been fundraising all year, and this week we're able to award a grand total of £1,000 to the Boom Foundation to help with their fight against sarcoma. It's a fantastic effort, guys, really well done there.
Saturday the 6th of May is a special event for the club in that it sees us hosting our end of season awards dinner for the players. This event has been organised to recognise the players and all their efforts on the pitch throughout the season.
On the 27th of April, the club will be hosting its first ever sponsors recognition event, which has been organised just to thank all of the club's sponsors this year. At this event, we also hope to launch the club's new kit for next season. Next up on tonight's show, we will be able to bring you details of the winner for the Echlinville Distillery Player of the Month for March 2017.
Would you like to tell us who's won it on this occasion, Lydia?
Yes, so we're delighted to announce that for March 2017, the winner of the award was January signing midfielder Andrew Simpson. And after the game on Saturday, David Hunter caught up with Andrew just to give his thoughts on the accolade.
Thanks very much for joining me this afternoon. Congratulations, first of all, on your Echlinville Distillery Player of the Month award for March 2017. Nice surprise for you?
It was. I wasn't really expecting it, but I don't really know what to think because I haven't really been doing that well. I don't know what way to take it, but I'll take it as it is.
Yes.
People think I'm doing well, so thanks very much to all the ones that were voting for me. So.
Okay, difficult month for everybody in the club. We come up today after a dramatic late 3-3 draw against Tobermore United. Still a lot to fight for.
There is, and I thought we were very unlucky today. Well, I don't know about the sending off there, but it changed the game for us in our favour. But we pushed them, got us back to 2-1. Then they went up and scored and gave us a wee bit of an uphill battle to climb. So, but we got ourselves back in there. A point's better than none in the end.
It is. 5 games to come, as Mark has already said. They're all cup finals. Mood in the camp today, probably after that result, more buoyant than it has been in recent weeks.
It's a wee bit better, but the 3 points would have been far, far better for us. But we know it's still in our hands. We're still to play the teams down around us, so we can get the results here, we'll be fine.
Okay, well, once again, congratulations on your award, and hopefully you'll enjoy your bottle of Joe Box gin.
I just want to say thank you to Echlinville Distillery for the bottle of gin. Don't think I'll drink it, but the wife will be pleased anyway.
Okay, good man, Andrew. Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
So, good choice, Colin.
I think so, yes. Andrew's obviously only came in January, but since he's come in, he's been a really good example. He's worked very, very hard in training and on the pitch as well. And I think the other players have certainly benefited from him being in the team.
Yes, I'd have to agree with that. I think his experience has been a real factor for the younger guys in particular.
Yeah.
So we look forward to seeing what he has in store for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So well done for the award there, Andrew. Well done.
So next up in today's show, we're going to look back at the results from last Saturday's Premier Intermediate League matches.
Yeah, so if we look back at the results, we can see the main big surprise of the day was second place Newry City hammering league leaders Limavady United 4-0. I don't think many people saw that one coming, Colin.
No, and that has really thrown the league race wide open. Obviously, we were recording on Monday night. If Newry do go to Sporting Leisure and get a result tomorrow night, and then can beat Limavady the next time they meet after the split, it's going to make a very, very interesting final few days in terms of league chase.
Yeah, and whenever a couple of weeks ago we thought Limavady were going to win it easily, it's a very exciting way to finish the season.
Very much so.
But looking at the league table now, we can see that the Whites, as we mentioned earlier on the show, have slipped back down to 11th place in the standings. So despite a great performance on Saturday, they need to keep working hard in order to get points on the board to get ourselves out of the current predicament.
Yeah, it is a bit of a crazy league table there, Lydia. I mean, 1 point separating about 4 or 5 teams there. So all of a sudden, every game becomes a cup final between now and the end of the season for every team, and it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out. Just hopefully we finish on the right side of it.
I mean, it's exciting, but it's nerve-wracking as well. It really is, but it should be one that should be very entertaining between now and the end of the season. We also noticed there were 18 goals last weekend. Shows teams are teams are doing all they can to get goals. So it's a very exciting league to be involved with, I have to say.
So how did that affect our challenge in the last week, Lydia?
Well, this week congratulations, picked up your very first 3-pointer. So congratulations, but on the downside, I also picked up another one. And I just sneaked it overall. So I won by 6 points to 5. So the gap is now 7 points, Colin. I'm sitting on 31 points, you're sitting on 24. So I'm getting the film shirt ready, Colin, because I think 5 weeks left.
5 weeks, 6 games, 30 games to call. Well, just don't get too cocky, it's not over yet. 1 or 2 results and I'm on your tail again.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
So we've only got the 2 fixtures tomorrow night to call. We obviously can't call Saturdays at this moment in time because we don't know what the fixtures are. However, Lydia and I have agreed that once the fixtures are released, we'll communicate with one another. We'll obviously agree what the scores are going to be, and then we'll obviously announce next week as to who's actually scored what. From that, we'll give you what the score updates were as well. Anyhow, so the games this week that we do know that are actually happening, both happen tomorrow night on Tuesday, and the first one is Sporting Leisure Swifts at home to Newry City, and you're going to go first with that one.
Okay, so I think every team has found it very difficult to go to Sporting Leisure Swifts, especially recently, but Newry City have a lot to play for here. I'm going to go for a low scorer, 1-0 Newry City.
I'm going to go for a higher score than that. I'm going to go Sporting Leisure 0, Newry City 3.
Ooh, okay, big one.
And the other one which I'll go first with is Tobermore against Donegal Celtic. That's a hard trip to make in the middle of the week. You'll have to say that Donegal Celtic need to win. We've seen against Tobermore on Saturday. Yes, there's you can't get past them. At the same time, they do know what the net is as well. But I haven't said that. I can see that being a narrow home win, 2-1 to Tobermore.
I think it's going to be a draw, actually. I'm going for a high scorer, 2-2.
Okay, so we'll see how that pans out along with Saturday's fixtures as well, and we'll give you a full update on the forecast challenge next week again.
That's just about it from another episode of Lisburn Distillery TV. As ever, we'd just like to thank you for watching, and if you would like to get in contact with the club, you can do so at the email address shown on the screen right now, or you can get in contact with us via Facebook or Twitter.
The next 3 weeks are massive for this club. We've got 5 games which will determine the future indeed of the club in terms of the Premier Intermediate League, and we really would welcome your support over those few weeks. So please put the dates in your diary once they become available, and let's get along, support the Whites 100%, and let's cheer the boys to safety as the season draws to conclusion.
Yeah.
Thanks once again for watching Lisburn Distillery TV episode 19. I've been Colin Hopkins.
I've been Lydia Campbell. Come on, you Whites.